Hey guys, how's it going? It's me again, Alex, for those of you that don't know. I know it's a little dark and hard to see, but that's not important. What's more important is what I have to say. And today I want to talk to you about the AFAM department getting cut at San Jose State. So this issue is very near and dear to my heart, even though I'm not an AFAM major. My major is journalism, but I have an academic focus in African American studies. So this happening at SJSU is not the first time that this has been heard about. They're also trying to cut it at CSU Long Beach, but CSU Long Beach got lucky because the CSU Chancellor, Timothy White, actually issued a 2-year moratorium, which basically gives them a 2-year extension to figure out how to fix the program to keep it sustainable for the next 2 years, and then if that doesn't happen, well then they take further action from there. I have a lot of problems with them trying to cut the AFAM department at San Jose State simply because the African American community on campus is so small already, and it's kind of like they're slowly, in my eyes, it looks like they're slowly trying to get rid of us. And I would even go as far as to say that any policy like this or actions that they take like this is a form of institutionalized racism. And that's probably like super extreme, you can call me dramatic, whatever, but that's what I think it is, because look at the situation. Here they are saying, oh, well, we don't have enough students, there's not enough faculty, we're just going to cut the program, but they're not going out of their way to find solutions. Even though myself and a couple other peers last semester gave them solutions in which they didn't even have to spend money on, but nothing's gone forward with that. So it's kind of like, okay, so what are you really trying to do? So to be clear on what they said is happening with the AFAM department, they're looking to cancel it as a department by spring of 2014, and essentially the classes will be rolled into different department, like the sociology department. And this is an email that I got from Dr. Wilson, who's the current chair of the African American Studies department, and she heard this from the Dean of Social Sciences. So that's where all this information is coming from. I'm not just pulling it out of the air. It's all credible. One of the reasons that they said that they're doing this is because they don't have enough students enrolling or enlisting as AFAM majors. And that's understandable. Last year there was only 10 majors out of 1,000 black students on campus. Only 10 of them, 1%, wanted to be an AFAM major. And that's kind of shitty. So they're saying they don't have enough students to enroll in these classes, but I think that's something that us upperclassmen can actually take into our own hands. I know one idea that I had was for us to actually, at Fall Welcome Days, have all the black orgs set up in the same area, including the AFAM department, and we can outreach to these incoming freshmen that are undeclared, because majority of majors are impacted anyway, so the majority of students are going to be coming in undeclared. If we can talk to them about being an AFAM major and the benefits of it and what they can get out of it, I think that's something that we can change and help the AFAM department with, because the dean is saying they need 15 to 20 in order for the program to be sustainable. But knowing administration, even if we get those 15 to 20 people ready and signed up as majors, they're probably going to throw another curveball out there, like having not enough faculty. And personally, this is where I think the whole institutionalized racism theory comes in, because this is the way I look at it. If the university is hiring a limited number of African American faculty, staff, professors, lecturers, then there's going to be a limited amount of African American classes that are being taught. If there's a small amount of classes being taught, there's going to be a small amount of students taking those classes. And that's where they get the chance to say, oh, well, there's not enough students taking these classes, we might as well just cut the department as a whole, rather than them looking for other options. So really, the possibilities of keeping the AFAM department at our campus as a department by itself is there. It's just a matter of how bad does the administration want it. And in my opinion, I don't think they want it that bad. Especially, I mean, we all saw what happened in the beginning of this last spring semester during Black History Month. Somebody wants to publish an article talking about how African American history, the Black History Month, is redundant in the first place, and the university did nothing to back this community up. And then soon after is when they announced that the AFAM department is probably going to be cut. So in essence, it looks like they don't care about us. However, it's up to the students, because this is our money. Like, we're the ones, our parents are spending money their money for our tuition so we can get an education, and we have no say in what happens with our education. They take our money and then they make the decisions. That's not right. And I think this is where the students actually need to like stand up and have a voice and protect the AFAM department, because this is the thing. It's not just the AFAM department. They could start doing this to other social sciences, and not everybody wants to be a business or engineering. So I mean, you see what happens to the AFAM department. This is just them. I think it's just them seeing what buttons they can push and see how far they can get. And sooner or later, they could be cutting more programs. It may not just be us. We're probably just the first. Because I was really touched by Dr. Wilson's email. You could tell that she was looking for help and looking for people to be there for her and be there for the department. And I've taken it upon myself to do whatever I can. I threw some ideas out there to her. And if you guys have any ideas, let's get together and let's do something, because this department is important not only for the students that are here and the ones that are but for the ones that are coming, because I had tweeted this earlier, we don't get a chance to look at African American history, the real true story of African Americans in the United States, in our K-12 education. People think that African American history is, there were slaves and then they got hosed down during a racist period, but now they're not being hosed. They can sit anywhere they want on whatever bus and use whatever water fountains they want, and they have a black president. So racism is real. Like I said, you guys can think I'm extreme, you can think I'm dramatic, but that's how I see the situation. I see that there's a problem and there needs to be a solution. If you like what I had to say, thought I was interesting, then check out my website, thenewleadersclub.com. Also follow us on Twitter, New Leaders Club, and you can like our Facebook page. I would really appreciate that. I'm trying to get as much support for this website as I can. Subscribe. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a good summer.